The voice. What if I told you that the voice inside your head isn't actually you? Right now, as you're watching this, there's something happening inside your mind. A voice, commenting, judging, reacting. Maybe it's agreeing with me. Maybe it's doubting everything. But here's the question no one asks. If you can hear that voice, who is actually listening? Think about it. You don't decide when that voice speaks. It just appears, out of nowhere, telling you you're not good enough. This won't work. Something is wrong, and the worst part, you believe it. Not because you chose to, but because it feels like you. But what if that's the illusion? What if that voice has been running your life without you even realizing it? Carl Jung once suggested that the human mind is not one single identity, but a collection of hidden forces, and some of them are not under your control. So before you continue watching, pay attention, because in the next few minutes you might start noticing something unsettling, that voice again, and when you do, ask yourself, is that really me? You don't control your thoughts. Let's test something right now. Try to stop thinking completely. No thoughts, no voice, nothing, just silence. You can't, because thoughts don't ask for permission. They appear automatically, like something is generating them. And you're just watching. Think about the last random thought you had. Did you choose it, or did it just show up? This is where things start to get uncomfortable, because if you're not choosing your thoughts, then who is? Most people go their entire lives without questioning this. They assume, I think, therefore I am. But what if that's wrong? What if you are not the thinker, you are the observer, and that voice is something else entirely? Carl Jung believed that beneath your conscious mind, there is something deeper, something ancient, something hidden. He called it the unconscious. And within it lives a part of you that you don't control. A part that speaks, a part that influences, a part that watches, and once you become aware of it, you can't unsee it. The shadow. Carl Jung. Carl Jung had a disturbing idea. He believed that every human being has a hidden side, called the shadow. Not just your bad habits, not just your fears, but everything you refuse to accept about yourself. Your anger, your jealousy, your darkest thoughts, all pushed down, ignored, buried. But here's the problem. The shadow doesn't disappear. It grows, in silence, and it speaks. Through that voice in your head, those intrusive thoughts you try to ignore, that sudden negativity, that self-doubt that comes out of nowhere, that might not be you, that might be your shadow, trying to be seen. Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Read that again. If you don't face what's inside your mind, it will control you, without you even knowing. And the scariest part, the more you ignore it, the stronger it becomes. Dan, it's been controlling you. Think about the decisions you regret, the times you sabotaged yourself, the moments you felt fear for no reason. Do you really think that was all you, or was something influencing you? That voice, it doesn't just talk, it pushes, it nudges, it whispers things like, don't try. You'll fail. They're better than you. And slowly, you start acting based on it, not consciously, but subtly. You hesitate, you overthink, you avoid. And just like that, your life starts being shaped by something you never questioned. This is how control works, not through force, but through influence. And the most dangerous part? You think it's you. The truth you won't like. Here's the truth. That voice is not your enemy, but it's also not your friend. It's a part of you, a hidden system, trying to protect you in the worst possible way. It creates fear to keep you safe. It creates doubt to prevent risk. It creates pain to avoid failure. But in doing so, it traps you, because safety becomes a prison and growth becomes something to fear. That's why people stay stuck, not because they lack potential, but because they're listening to the wrong voice. Wake up, final impact ante. So here's what changes everything. You are not that voice, you are the one who hears it. And that means You don't have to obey it. The moment you realize this, something shifts. The voice doesn't disappear, but it loses power. Because now you see it, you recognize it. And most importantly, you question it. Next time it speaks, pause, listen, and ask, is this really me? Because the moment you stop identifying with it, you take your control back. And maybe for the first time in your life, you'll realize you were never the voice, you were the awareness behind it. The part you've been avoiding. There's something else, something even more uncomfortable than everything we've talked about so far. Because once you realize that the voice in your head is not you, another question appears. Why does it sound like you? Think about it. It uses your words, your memories, your fears. It knows exactly what to say, to make you hesitate, to make you doubt, to make you stop. And that's not random. That voice was built over time. Every criticism you heard, every failure you remember, every moment you felt small, it collected everything and turned it into something that now speaks inside your mind. So no, it's not a stranger. It's something far more dangerous. It's familiar, and that's why it's so hard to question, because when something feels familiar, you trust it, even when it's destroying you. And here's where most people make a mistake. They try to silence the voice. They fight it. They ignore it. But Jung believed something different. He believed that what you resist doesn't disappear. It grows, stronger, louder, more aggressive. So maybe the answer isn't to silence it. Maybe the answer is to face it, to listen without obeying, to observe without reacting, to understand without becoming it. Because that voice is trying to show you something. Not about the world, but about you. The parts you hide, the fears you avoid, the truth you don't want to face. And the moment you stop running from it, something unexpected happens. It changes. It loses its power to control us and becomes something else. A signal, a reflection, a map, showing you exactly where you're still trapped, but only if you're willing to look. Because most people won't. Most people will keep living on autopilot, listening to that voice, believing it, becoming it, and never realizing they had a choice. But now you know. So the next time that voice speaks, and it will, don't push it away, don't blindly follow it, just watch. And ask yourself one last question. If this voice isn't me, then who am I without it? Because the answer to that question might change everything.